Hi guys, welcome back to Surviving Infidelity. Today's story is titled, As I Promised, The Whole Story. This title gives us nothing, so I guess we'll see what it's about once we read it. Before we get into the video, guys, just want to remind you of the Patreon link down in the description. If you want to check it out. And we'll get straight into the video. I was married for 2 years at the time. Wife is a serious TikTok junkie, sends me at least 20 a day. We are both in our early 20s. She starts sending ones about open marriages and also some podcasts. A few long talks about how we are young and should try this before we are old and have kids. After a few months of pushing, I give in and we set up some boundaries. Okay, so this one's a little bit better already compared to the last open relationship one we read, because they're already setting boundaries. But also I don't know about giving in. If you don't want this, I feel like you should put your foot down on something like this. Because that's a boundary itself. Okay, so the first boundary they put down was no unprotected intercourse. The second, nothing in our house and no overnight stays. Okay, and 3, if intercourse occurs with someone else, no details and no touching each other for 30 days. And a doctor's visit and cleared before any intimacy between us. Okay, so I've got to keep all that in mind, I'm guessing. We open our marriage. She starts going on dates on Friday nights. I work anyways. I get home normally around 10 p.m. For the first year, it was kind of fun. She goes out on dates. By the time I get home, she is already home or getting home at the same time. She tells me what they did on the date and she jumps me. These are just dates, no intercourse or intimacy. During the first year, I myself go on 3 dates. Each one goes the exact same way. They find out I'm married and it's not what they are looking for. After 3 dates, I quit. Then, one Friday night, she doesn't get home until like 3 a.m. Comes in, makes a joke about being too sore and tired for anything else. I see some hickey marks on her chest and thighs. Not going to lie, I was hurt and upset by this. On Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember, she tries to initiate with me. And I remind her of rule number 3. She gives me the, are you serious? 30 days and a doctor's visit. I said yes, deadly serious. This becomes a pattern for us. She goes out with her bad boy on Friday nights, has her fun, then spends the rest of the week trying to get me to change rule 3. To me, feels like she puts me on a shelf. Yeah, I understand that. If she's constantly still going with this guy, you set boundaries for a reason. Like, she agreed to these boundaries too, and now she's just trying to diss one of them. This is what you talked about, this is what you put down. Now they won't have any intimacy because of the rule. I reckon she thought that he would change the rule, and so now she's going to the guy. I started avoiding her, working more, being out of the house, even if just out walking. I started becoming a lot more physically active. I started losing some weight. She is full in a flog of a new relationship energy and doesn't notice and thinks I am out doing my own thing. 5 months of being on the shelf. Oh my God. I am not seeing a reason to remain in this marriage. I would feel the same. Like, that's a long time for your wife to do that. Like, that's so bad. I was selling my happiness so she could be happy, and I was running out of things to sell. Yeah, exactly. Like, he gave into this and he was doing it for her. In the end, she's the only one benefiting from this. Up to this point, she has not broken any boundaries, and every time I bring up maybe she should step back from him, I am overreacting or blowing this way out of proportion. It's just some fun one night a week. But then where's the fun with your actual husband? Our 4th wedding anniversary day arrives, and I take the day off work, make her dinner, clean the house. She gets home from work at 4. She hops in the shower and gets dressed up. Tells me she's going to a bar to see a local band and not to wait up. She completely forgot about our anniversary. I am destroyed. I wake up Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and she never came home. Okay, yeah, so that would be a nail in the coffin for me if I was him. What? How do you forget your anniversary? Boundary number 2 was broken. I sent her one simple text. You have broken our boundary of no sleeping over. I am done. Good. At 11:30, she starts calling me, telling me she just closed her eyes for a second, then passed out. It was an accident. I am sorry, it will never happen again. My unwillingness to even talk about it causes her to wake up out of her fog some. She ends up coming to my work just before we open and made a scene in front of the whole staff and the owners. What the hell? She's done this to herself. She got carried away in her own little thing. You had boundaries too. I don't care if it's an accident. You also forgot the anniversary, and you did break the second rule I am finally able to calm her down enough and she leaves. I promise on Sunday we will discuss it. I get home from work Saturday night and she once again tries to have intercourse with me, and I tell her rule number 3. She's trying to make up for it now too. She then tells me that she will no longer be seeing him and wants to close the marriage and work on reconnecting with me. It seems she freaked out when she woke up and got the text. He made fun of her and she realized how much of an a-hole he was. But that shouldn't have to be the reasoning she finally wakes up out of her fog. She tries every day to be intimate with me and fails badly. At this point, I have no need or want or desire for her. She is a roommate. Barely. The 30 days goes by and she goes to the doctor and gets checked out. She is clean of diseases, but is pregnant. Not sure where her mind was with this, but she comes home excited to tell me that we are pregnant. I tell her good, I hope you two will be happy together. She looks at me confused for a few minutes and starts crying. You haven't had intercourse with this man for 5 months, unless you're 5 months long. So a few days later, she sends him a text telling him. His response is, wow, sucks to be you. Might want to pass it off as your husband's later. I file for a divorce soon after. Good. She starts doing anything and everything to change my mind about the divorce. Makes promises, begs, pleads, offers everything under the sun, asking for a chance to fix us. I am polite and nice about it, but I am not having any of it. Good. Who does she think she is? I am stuck living with her for a while until our lease is up. We fall into a new pattern. She tries to be intimate with me and I turn her down. She gets upset. I go for a run. My resentment of her is growing, just like her baby bump. 3 weeks ago, she comes in my room to talk. She brought home pizza for dinner. She starts with how being pregnant makes her super horny all the time and tries yet again to have intercourse with me. I, at this point, am running out of politeness. I don't know how you haven't gave her some. I tell her, sorry, I am not into bigger chicks. Maybe hit Tinder. Sure, someone on there would be down for it. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't, snapped yet. So realistically, this is the worst thing he's done to her. She leaves the room crying. Also, we had our first divorce hearing, and the judge slaps 6 weeks of marriage counselling on us. Court ordered. I'm pretty sure, if you guys know, in some places you have to do that. Let me know if you know of it or if you live in a place where you have to have marriage counselling before you can divorce. We go 2 sessions. Kinda a meet and greet thing, talk to us separately to get our side of the stories, I guess. I just want this to be over so we can move on with our lives. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You file for a divorce, but you can't even do it until, obviously, the people, I'm guessing the counsellor has to, write that, yeah, they aren't good together. I don't know what the goal is with that, so if you do know, let me know. Last Sunday was my birthday. On the Friday before it, she asked me to spend my birthday with her to celebrate it. I declined her invitation. She keeps pushing me about the subject, and I snap and I tell her I don't waste special occasions on her anymore. The last one was our 4th anniversary, in which she went out to get knocked up by some pothead loser. I leave her crying in the kitchen, head to work, told her I would see her on Monday for our court-ordered waste of time. Honestly, I'm surprised he's not more harsh on her. I don't know what she expected from doing that. This is the thing I never understand, how people do things and just don't realize there will be consequences to your actions. Monday morning, I am out marriage counselling. She never shows. I call her. Nothing. Call her friends. Nothing. Call her parents. She got arrested Sunday morning for a DUI and reckless endangerment. And they are on the way. What? I offer our house for them to stay, and I have a couch at a friend's house. My lawyer goes to the judge and expedites things. My divorce finalised this past Friday. Yesterday I helped them pack some of her stuff, and today going to help them load a U-Haul they rented. She gets released tomorrow, and they are taking her back home with them. She wants to see me, but I feel like that will just make it worse for the both of us. We both need to move on. Yeah, I can't believe it ended with her getting arrested. Obviously, she's emotional and she's probably realized that she messed her whole life up, and she's pregnant too now. She's gonna be a single mum, and she expected him to just stay and take care of this other person's baby. So that's it for the video, guys. It was kind of crazy, this one. Let me know in the comments what you think of the story. What would you have done? Before I go, just want to remind you of the Patreon link down in the description. If you want to check it out, head over there. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye.